Freshies! Welcome back to another episode of Learning Mathematics here at DepEd TV. I am Teacher Belle, ang iyong kaduo sa Math 7. This is a new day for fun and exciting learning in mathematics. Together, let's be Math Tibay, Math Talino, and Math Galing! Do you have your pen and self-learning module with you? Well, I am sure as always you are eager to answer the exercises that I will give today. The lesson on rational numbers, to be written in either its fraction form, to decimal form, or vice versa, is a continuation of the concepts we familiarize ourselves with. A keen mastery of the rules I gave you last time will aid you to become proficient when dealing with fractions and decimals. So, what are we waiting for? Let's start! Today, we are going to bond with a new member of Math Galing. Here is Frank Sean, the rational member.
I'm new around here, Teacher Belle. I almost got lost trying to find your location. I came here to seek help for my math lessons.
Well, I am just so happy that you paid me a visit. Frank Sean, do you know what a rational number is?
I have read about it. Rational numbers are numbers which can be written as a fraction. It is a form of P over Q, where P and Q are both integers and Q is not 0. But it may also be written as a decimal.
That's true. And another concept that will be helpful in dealing with this is the greatest common factor, or the GCF.
Bellissima, creature! Let's go!
What is the greatest common factor of 12 and 16?
To find the GCF of 12 and 16, first, I just need to find all the factors of each of these two. Then, I will simply identify what their common factors are, right?
Awesome! So from the list you made, we know that 1, 2, and 4 are the common factors of 12 and 16.
See, I can't think clearly. Seeing these so many numbers makes me dizzy. Do you have medics on standby? I'm having a migraine, I think.
Relax. You can do it. So what is the last thing to do?
Well, I guess since we are looking for the greatest common factor of 12 and 16, then it is implied I must choose the greatest of those numbers encircled. So, I am picking from our previous illustration that 4 is the greatest common factor.
You are doing well, Freshies! What do you think is the rational thing to do when finding the greatest common factor? Just get the greatest that is common among the list of factors.
Math Galing! Is my visit here even necessary?
Of course, Frank Sean. Remember, we are here to learn how to express rational numbers from fraction to decimal and vice versa.
Benissimo! Wait, I have been wondering, why do we need to do this?
Well, you know, there are some aspects in life when we know the decimal form of a rational number but actually need its fraction form, or the other way around.
Like how a 500 grams of pork is equivalent to 1/2 kilograms of pork.
Right!
Obviamente, sí, Maestra Belle.
To express fraction to decimal form, follow these steps. First, find a number you can multiply to the denominator to make it 10, or 100, or 1000, or any powers of 10. Then, multiply both numerator and denominator by that number, the number obtained in step 1. Finally, copy the numerator putting the decimal point to where it should be. That is, one place to the left for every zero used in the denominator.
Wait, I'm having a hard time understanding that, Maestra Bell. Can we please have an example?
Of course! Let us have 3/4. Express 3/4 to its decimal form. In step 1, our goal is to make the denominator in the form of 1 followed by zeros, such as 10, 100, or 1000. The denominator of the given rational number is 4. If we multiply a whole number to 4, can the product be 10? Of course not. How about 100? Oh yes! So, what number should we multiply to 4 to make it 100?
25.
Step 2. Multiply this number to the numerator and denominator. 3 times 25 is equal to 75. And as Frankson mentioned earlier, the product of 4 and 25 is 100. Step 3. Copy the numerator and place the decimal point. We have 2 zeros. So let's move the decimal point to the left twice. 1, 2.
This results to the fraction 75 hundredths, or 0.75.
How about in cases that there is no way to multiply the given denominator?
You mean common fractions like 5/8 and 1/3? Of course, the simplest method or the shorter way is to use the calculator. But I do not have a calculator with me right now.
Oh, no need for calculators. Let us try the exact given from the self-learning module. Express 1/3 to decimal form. Let's express 1/3 as a decimal. Since 3 cannot be expressed as a power of 10, we can simply divide the numerator by the denominator. So that is 1 divided by 3. Since 1 cannot be divided by 3 equally, we are going to put 0 here. And also, a decimal point here and a 0. Don't forget to also put a decimal point on the quotient. We now have 10. And 10 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. Again, we are going to put 0 here so that this will be 10. 10 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. Then again, we are going to put 0 here so that this will be 10. 10 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And 10 minus 9 is 1. As you can observe, this will be a recurring process of dividing 10 by 3. Therefore, we can say that 1/3 can be expressed as 0.333 and so on. Or it can also be written as 0.3 with a bar. This bar notation is used for repeating numbers or repeating decimals.
Okay, but how do we answer the exercises involving the other way around? That is, expressing a rational number from decimal form to fraction form?
All we need to remember in converting decimal to fraction form is that decimals are numbers whose respective digit is being multiplied to a number of base 10.
So, how do we do it, Maestra Bell?
We can follow these steps. First, write down the decimal in this form. Step 2. Multiply the numerator and denominator by a power of 10, where the number of zeros is equal to the number of decimal places the original number has. Remember, the decimal point will move to the right if the decimal is multiplied to 10 or powers of 10. The number of zeros that followed 1 will be the number of times the decimal point will move to the right. Step 3. Simplify the fractions like we are writing it in lowest terms.
I can't get it, Maestra Bell.
No pressure. Let's explain this further by having an example. Express 0.75 as a common fraction. First thing that we need to do is to write it as an expression of the form given decimal over 1. Thus, we write down 0.75 divided by 1. We have 0.75. Freshies, what should we multiply to 0.75 to move the decimal point at the end of the number?
Multiply it by 100. We need 2 zeros to move the decimal point twice to the right.
Remember to also multiply the denominator. This will yield to 75 over 100. Now, let us try to simplify the fraction.
How?
We will be only simplifying 75 over 100 with ease if we know what the GCF of 75 and 100 is. So, what is the GCF of the given numbers?
25.
Very good! Therefore, to simplify this fraction, divide both numerator and denominator by the GCF.
75 divided by 25 is 3, and 100 divided by 25 is 4.
The answer is 0.75 is equal to the fraction 3/4. Finally, if we have a repeating decimal, how do you think should we convert it to fraction?
Oh, I do not have an idea.
No worries. I am here to guide you. Let's convert a decimal with a repeating sequence of 2 digits. Since there are 2 repeating digits, we will move the decimal point 2 places to the right by multiplying it by 10 twice, or 100. Observe that when we subtract the original number from this, it would result to 23. Now, we can express this as an equation. 100 times an unknown number n minus the unknown number n is equal to 23. Since 100n minus n is 99n, we can solve for the unknown fraction by dividing both sides by 99. Therefore, the fraction form is 23 over 99. We can use this rule for non-terminating and repeating decimal. That is, write the number being repeated as the numerator, and for every repeated number, we will put a number 9 on the denominator, then simplify. Try this example on your own. 0.574574 repeated. Since there are 3 repeating digits, that would be 574 over 999. Now, can you try this?
Let's try it, Freshies.
Express 0.8 repeated as a fraction.
8 is repeated, so it will be the numerator. Since only one digit is repeated, therefore, the denominator is 9. That is 8/9. Let us check if this is correct. Freshies, press 8 divided by 9 on your calculator.
In the calculator, it would look like this, since the last digit will be rounded off.
Amazing! Help me by completing the statements on how to convert fraction to decimal. Step 1. Find the number you can multiply to the blank of the fraction, make it a multiple of 10.
That should be denominator.
Step 2. Blank both numerator and denominator by that number.
We should multiply.
Step 3. Write down just the numerator, putting the decimal point in the correct spot. Otherwise, we may use long division.
How about from decimal to fraction?
Step 1. It should be written in the form of decimal over 1. Step 2. Multiply both numerator and denominator by blank until the decimal point is placed after the digits.
10.
Step 3. Blank or reduce the fraction.
Simplify.
And when it comes to non-terminating decimal, the blank should be the number being repeated.
The answer is numerator.
And for the denominator, every repeated number, we will put a number blank on the denominator, then simplify.
That is 9. Okay, now get ready for sit in a minute.
We're ready!
This time, we will have 2 parts. You will be given 30 seconds to do each part. Here we go! For the first part, express each fraction into decimal form. Round off your answers into thousands place. We have number 1, 16 over 25. Number 2, 17 over 11. So what is your answer for number 1? Perfect! The correct answer is 0.64 or 64 hundredths. For number 2, nice work! You got it right. The answer, correct to 3 decimal places, is 1.545. For the second part, express each decimal into fraction form. For the first decimal number, we have 0.3. And next is 2.5. The third number, 0.303303, repeated. Let us check your answers for letter B. Number 1. What is the fraction form of 0.3? The correct answer is 3/10. For number 2. Very good! The answer is 2.5. For number 3, that is 101 over 333. You have done a great job today! You nailed it again, Math Galing Freshies! For your assignment, read and answer what I have learned and what I can do found in your self-learning module. That's it for today, but learning does not end here. On our next episode, we are going to open the chest for operations on rational numbers. Again, this is Teacher Belle, ang iyong kaduo sa Math 7. I hope we helped you become Math Tibay, Math Talino, and Math Galing! That was undeniably great! What score did you get? If it is a positive score, congratulations! If it is a negative score, you can visit our Facebook page.